So this is Pork and Beans by Weezer. I recently saw them on the Hello Mega Tour and they were pretty awesome. They're my favourite band and I wanted to do another guitar lesson on them. So this riff is quite unique. I haven't really heard something similar to this. So let's take a look at this main riff. We're going to place our second finger on the second fret of the low E. Then we're going to go to our first finger on the first fret A. Then use your third or little finger on the third fret D. Then our first finger on the first fret D. All together. So we hang on that first note a little bit longer than the others. And then the other three come pretty much after each other. So the first time round we do it once. And on the second time round we're going to stop on the third fret of the D. Then you hear a little squawk. It's actually played on some kind of keyboard. You can replicate this by playing the second fret of the G and bending it down. Okay, so it sounds like this. It's up to you, you can just stop on the third fret D. Then the vocals come in and that riff is just going to be repeating 4 times. Again, on the 4th time it's going to do that squawk. You can either just continue with the riff or do that bend. Then it's going to head into the pre-chorus. So the pre-chorus is where it goes like this. And what that is the second fret low E and the 4th fret of the A. That is your F sharp power chord. We're going to do some palm muting. So we place our wrist over the bridge and we're just going to go 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so pushing it down, 1, 2, fingers up, push back down, 1, 2. We don't want them to continue this ringing out like this. So then it goes into the chorus chord progression. We're going to be staying on this F sharp power chord. We're going to be playing it 8 times with down strums. Then we're going to move to the 4th fret A, 6th fret D, which is your C sharp. I'm going to play it 8 times, so all of these chords are going to be 8 times. Move it up 2 frets, so on the 6th fret A and 8th fret D, play it 8 times. Then we're going to move it all the way back down to the 2nd fret A and 4th fret D. It's the same chord progression as in What's My Age Again by Blink-182. Just playing it 8 times in Pork and Beans. So that whole chord progression repeats 4 times in the chorus. We're just going to do it 2 times just to practice. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll then head into the second verse where it is exactly the same. We just play a main riff multiple times. Heads into a pre-chorus and a chorus which is exactly the same. Then heads into the bridge. So the bridge is where he says I don't care, and it's essentially going to build up until you hear this. So what this is we're going to place our first finger on the 1st fret of the A. Then we're going to play the 3rd fret D, so that is your A sharp power chord. We're going to play this 8 times. Again, we're going to palm mute. Then we're going to move that shape up 1 fret. We're going to play this 2 times. Then 1 more. Then we're going to move up to the 4th fret A and 6th fret D and play it once. So the rhythm is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 1, 2. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then it heads into the very last chorus, which is exactly the same chord progression. Practice this main riff slowly. It's all about getting the muscle memory in your fingers. And then you can build the speed up. That has been Pork and Beans by Weezer. This is a great track to rock out on and just play some power chords and some riffs. Hope you enjoyed this lesson and I'll see you next week.